Going on, everybody? Hopefully everyone's ready for another day of following your plan. We're going to be patient. We're going to wait for nice setups. Nothing more, nothing less. What's going on? Good to see you here, Hank. I know ICT was live streaming. Were you watching him? I clicked on his video a little while ago, but there was no audio, so I guess he's back now. Or I guess he got it fixed. Oh, he's just not streaming any audio at all. Oh, it looks like he just stopped. I had to stop. I had to stop watching people in the morning, even ICT, because it affects my it affects how I read the market. So I can't do that. Because if I'm watching him, who obviously I look up to and I learned from, if I take trades based on what he's saying, then that's not really me. And then there has been a time where he was short bias, but I wasn't really looking for the whole move, and I ended up changing my bias from looking for a long setup and took a short setup and took a loss. And after that, I'm like, I can't watch someone else because that just messed me up. So, good morning. What's going on? Looks like we, hey, McLovin. Got some equal highs up here, which are pretty enticing. We did take out that liquidity up there. However, it didn't really trade up there, so that absolutely could be a draw on liquidity above those two highs. I mean, they're relatively close together, but at the same time, we did pierce up a little above it and above this one back here. So that definitely warrants this move coming down. And got this sell side. Got the lows we just created at 845-ish. I would expect us to go lower. I would definitely expect us to take out this low before, if we were going to move higher, we would take that out first before we go higher. And if we continue, then we've got this guy over here. I'm not 100% sure about these highs up here. I would expect us to continue going lower if this move this morning was a little bit higher, or we traded above that high, but we didn't really trade up there. We just have some wicks. But this move down, we're working our way back up to the 50% level. I don't need all this extra. So we don't, this is where I start. I think I'm struggling, even though I'm not really struggling. I'm just struggling to figure out the daily bias, but we don't need the daily bias. I just need to figure out different scenarios that could potentially play out, and just have them in my mind so that I'm ready, that when they do happen, I'm like, okay, this was a scenario we talked about. This is scenario B. We wanted this high to be taken out and then this low or whatever. And then we can be ready to take a trade. So I definitely expect at some point to run for this sell side because it's so close. And if we're going to go higher, then we would be taking out these equal highs. But there's a potential that we may not run those, that this run was just wiping out the highs from yesterday. Be interesting to see if we open inside of this 5-minute fair value gap. Very nice. I'm definitely leaning towards wanting to short, but we'll just see how the market reacts. Right at 8:30 when some news came out, it looks like it was trying to go higher, fake people out, and then the drop. But again, that drop didn't. I would have liked to see it take out this swing. I mean, obviously it took out all these swings on the way up. I mean, on the way down, it took out all these swings from this morning. But I want to see that lower one. Morning, Ben. I don't think we have any, I think the news was at 8:30 only, right? We got people talking later. I don't expect to be in the market. What's up, Knives? don't think I have any updates. I didn't, sometimes I end up trading in the afternoons. I don't think I did yesterday. I think we did everything on stream. I'm trying to think. I think I left everything alone. I did take a couple trades on the evaluation. Hey Delta. I did take some trades on evaluation accounts. The first one that's at our profit goal, we just took a micro trade again. We're at $6 into past our goal, so I'm just taking just a quick enter exit trade and get out just to meet the 7-day threshold. The other two were at break even. I took some 30-second scalps around this area. The market wasn't really wanting to move around that time. The move had already happened. So I got a little in the red on those two. And then I did catch a move to get us back to about break even on those accounts. So I don't know if I'll trade it this morning. I've been trying to trade these accounts like pre-market or in the afternoons because it's a little bit slower. And since we only have 1,500 to drawdown, it's a lot easier. I tip that Elite helped me find on, if you have a Tradeovate account with Apex, the trailing drawdown was kind of hard to find. I only knew of the drawdown right here, but this doesn't trail. So if you go into profit, it doesn't the drawdown doesn't go down. Like this just is always counting 1,500 from when you enter and exit. If you add this module called accounts, you'll have this guy right here. So this will show you a bunch of columns, but if you go to settings, you can select columns and give you a lot more. There's a lot of stuff in here that you can be keeping track of across all your accounts. And this dist drawdown is your trailing drawdown. So that should keep up and a lot easier to track. For my cash account, I'm using AMP futures. AMP. So if you just Google AMP futures, I just transfer money to them, and then they give you you can trade a bunch of different. You can trade a lot of different platforms. They give you a Quantower that you can trade on there. I just really like Tradervue, and that's where I do all my charting, so I'm gonna use that. But you can use pretty much almost anything. The only thing that sucks is when you transfer money to them. Like if you use ACH from your checking or savings account, it takes they have like a 5-day hold period. But helps. Anything to force patience in trading is good, because we need patience in this game, and I need as many lessons as I can get on that. So we opened up right inside of a 1-minute fair value gap. We are inside the 5-minute fair value gap, and we have this draw on liquidity down here. And this low from 5:40 a.m. I can't remember. I think you use Plaid to set it up, but withdrawals are super quick. I've taken 2 withdrawals from them so far, and I think I started it at 10 in the morning, 10 a.m. Eastern, and it was in my account in the evening. So I like that. Plaid's not a big deal. It's just like a third-party thing to connect the accounts. Okay. I mean, I've used them a lot. Even like, my bank even uses Plaid on some of their platforms. Like when we were buying our house, like the mortgage side of it or whatever, they had me sign up through Plaid, and I'm like, I have an account with you guys. Why can't you just look in my account and take the money you need out of there? But they needed me to use Plaid, so I guess it's okay. Elite. Hopefully you're going for 10 minis today. $10 minis or you're not trading, right? I'm only trading micros on this account because I don't feel comfortable scaling up to minis yet. I'm trading minis on my evaluations and that funded that we have, which we will start next week. We'll trade minis on there. It's all the same crap. I used to be so obsessed with wanting to trade minis that I just kept blowing accounts constantly. But you got to just focus on taking decent trades and being consistent. And if you can be consistent with one micro, you can scale that up almost infinitely. This is the way. That's why I've been so okay with just taking 15, 20-ish points a day. Oh man, that sucks if you're doing good and then you realize you're on sim. I've done that before. And then I was so upset that I took a bunch of like decent trades on sim that I went over to like whatever account I was trading at the time. This was a couple years ago. And started taking bad trades, and then I got tilted. Yeah, I used to use indicators ever since I've learned about ICT and his stuff. I'm personally against them. If they work for you, that's great. I don't want them. If you use them, like you can use them to help assist you, but the people who trade like directly off of a single indicator or a couple, like it's gonna work until it doesn't. What are we doing here? Until we take out one of these highs or lows, I think I'm gonna stay out. Oops, sorry. Yeah, I'm thinking it goes lower first, but who knows when we're in this fair value gap. and we're just chopping, but let it chop everyone else out up. Let it chop everyone else up first. Hey, silver. Yeah, I saw that we already got up above that high. I just don't know if that was enough though. So we'll see. We could potentially, for the box setup, we could come up to kind of like that right here. Straight up, straight down, also taking that high back here. We could come up and hit that. That might be a good short, a 15-point stop. If we were to get up there. Let's put Godspeed, Eric. Should be able to take something out of it, but I'm just not too sure if we're gonna go lower right now or not. Damn. Yeah, that's a good that was a good short right there. I do like if we were to come up into the low 90s. But maybe we're just going to keep going. I mean, I feel like at this point we have to take out this low back here. Yeah. Got like a short-term high, low, higher high. We displaced past this order block, which is right around 50% of that move. This looks like it's going to be a pretty annoying day. Yeah, I do like that we came close to this low back here. So now we've got equal lows. If I want to see us come up and potentially short when we get up into this order block. I hate waiting. This is where I struggle the most. That is a nice reaction off that 1 minute fair value gap. I mean, we're inside of a 5-minute fair value gap. It might be for the better. I don't know if we're gonna go up yet. And we could. We just took out liquidity down here, so a run higher would make sense. Sounds like Rhythmic has been having some issues lately. That's just the word on the street. Damn, why couldn't we come test this? I just wanted it to come up in here. I guess that was our only opportunity. I mean, so far, this candle, it barely touched it. It's a big stop, so I don't know if I would have even taken that. Well, we didn't, obviously. We sat here and watched it. Like, what sucks is I was short biased. I didn't like these setups in here, but now we're running to the targets, and that means I missed my opportunity. So now I'd have to Look for reversal plays. I've thought about the Discord group. I don't think we don't need a channel membership, right? Doesn't that I don't people don't need to pay for that. I don't have anything extra to offer. You guys just sit here and watch me watch the charts. McLovin, you're gonna be a moderator, right? Since you're all for this, and I think you mentioned that before a long time ago. So that way you can kind of handle that. And I don't have to. We need a... I think Trades by Matt does a mug, right? We need like a block of cheese that grows larger over time. I like the idea of using a Discord as like chat during live streams. However, that's gonna hurt how YouTube looks at me. And not that I'm trying to be like some massive YouTuber. I'm just trying to be a trader. But if we moved everybody from this chat over there, I'm pretty sure YouTube looks at your chat like activity during streams, and then they, you know, the more chat activity you have, the better in the rankings you'll be. So if we moved everybody out of here into Discord, then it's gonna look like I just have a bunch of bots watching me, and they may not I don't know, that may derank me or something. Yeah, that's what we'd have to do, Delta. Or if people wanted to talk in the Discord, obviously you can. I thought it'd be cool to have the Discord up on the, instead of the YouTube chat right here, have the Discord one. That way people could be sharing the screenshots if they wanted to during this, which I guess you could. Also, I just want to have it on in the video. Damn, Eric. So you caught like that whole move. That's a good it's a good trade. I don't really know what I want to do now. I'm kind of conflicted since we took out this sell side, which is what I would have been targeting had I gotten into a short. I thought we had a good setup right here, high, low, higher, high, displaced down, and I was really hoping we could come back up and get an entry right there. But damn, you caught that's a good, I like that. I just wasn't too confident on that, especially with those highs being so close and so close together. It really made me think we could go take those out first. Got some displacement up, taking out a little swing on the 32nd. Yeah, McLovin, same. I mean, now we're so close to this drawn liquidity right here, but could go down, fake people out, come back up, and then maybe we do come back up to our the 890s, and then and then lower. That'd be pretty gnarly. Short here. Take it easy, like 100-point move. Morning, Jack. Jesus. I'm getting real sick of marking things out and then the market goes directly to them without me. I should have known, just because like this fair value gap was very strong off of new highs. The 5-minute took out swings, did not reach strong the low, and then the 1-minute has the same thing, which so when you have two that look identical, that's a really good, damn, that's a good entry. I think it was that knives that I was just explaining. So at 840, we never took out this low, but the 5-minute had a fair value, a strong displacement down, taking out this swing, and it was right off of making new highs up here. So it met all the requirements. Now, if you don't want to, obviously you could short anywhere in here depending on your risk, but shorting down here means you have to have a stop like way up here. It's 40 points. So you drop down into like a 1-minute, and now here's a fair value gap. You could short in there, stop above that one, 23 points. And then, I mean, you have to have been able to hold all morning, which would have sucked. And there's our other target taken out. So do we think now we're gonna go down here? What's this daily look like? Oh, we're only like halfway. We've only moved about half of what the last couple days have moved, so absolutely could keep going lower. Delta, it definitely seems like there's a plan before the news comes out. The news just allows the market to move quicker to where it wanted to go anyways. That's my my take. Right, good news usually we go down, and bad news we go up. Oh my god. Sorry, I keep accidentally clicking that. I like T-Trader, however, he's he's just helping teach ICT stuff. And don't hate on the rants. The rants are entertainment. You know, I haven't even been marking out the new week opening gaps. Probably should. I got to the point where I was just putting too much stuff on my chart. And I was finding success with just like 5, 15, and 1 hour swings, marking just those out and then seeing how we react. You're on fire today, Eric. These days are when I have to be careful because, you know, you short thinking it's going to keep going and it decides not to. You long thinking it's a reversal and it just keeps tanking, which I've talked about on days when it does this, to just take the next fair value gap and short it and put a stop at the beginning of that fair value gap and see if it works. If it doesn't, it's only usually like 10-15 points. Tempted to just try a short right here. It's a little late, but I just put my stop right at the beginning of that fair value gap. This is going to be the time that we turn around, but if we keep respecting them, I think it's worth it to at least try. We still have this draw down here that we could be going towards. Fully aware this is not, I don't really love it. But it's a small risk. What's up, Grim? The market got to me and I kind of got in after all this move has happened, but we we scaled down, and it's a pretty small stop. So in my opinion, it's worth it to at least take the chance. We're not going yet. Could have had a better entry had I waited to see if we get up in there. But this was my plan on days when we're just going in one direction, is to just find a small fair value gap and just take it. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. And we just wait for another setup. And scaling down and a small tighter stop makes it it'll hurt a lot less if it's red. But it seems like we're still drawing down into this guy. So we'll see. I think it's just I'm not sure. It's just another swing low got marked out. Here's the hourly. Like, I'm fully aware, like, this wasn't the best thing to be doing, but that was my that was just my plan for when we have days like this. Had I decided to do that earlier, any one of these other ones would have gave us some points. We waited a little too long. So we're out of that one, which is perfectly fine. That's why we scaled down. Another problem is, like, we have multiple fair value gaps, but I'm not about to short down here and put my stop, you know, way up here. Knives, that honestly, that trade was half like my plan for days like this, and half just my patience getting to me. But I justify it because I scaled down. So to me, it's worth the risk if we're going to keep going lower. So my thoughts were, we have this move that we're just constantly going down. When we have a long run like that, sometimes we keep going, sometimes we start retracing. So if we still have a draw on liquidity, my plan was on days like this is to just take the next fair value gap I see. And we had on the 1 minute, this one right here, that we were respecting. You know, we have a bunch of candles that, I mean, the price was not willing to, it went up into there and then got rejected. So the next time we got up here, I shorted that. And if it didn't work, it wasn't a big deal. I had a pretty tight stop and scaled down. But if it does work, we have this draw on liquidity down here. So from a risk management standpoint, it just makes sense to at least try it. Kind of a scalp boredom trade, yes, but also partly part of a plan, because that was my plan on days like this, or when we have price like that, and we've talked about that. I don't know if it was with you or somebody in like one of my regular videos from a while ago, where I said that if we have a day where we just run like that, the plan is to not wait for liquidity to be taken, take a fair value gap in the direction. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. If it does, great. Yeah, I see that displacement right here, taking out this high. I just don't know. I want something I feel very good in. When it does this, it's so easy to start getting chopped up. No, I know knives, and that's why, like, I don't think I'm letting anybody affect me. I know some, like, everybody can talk about the market all they want, but I'm really trying to just keep reading it how I normally read it. I do appreciate you forcing me to talk about why I took that trade, though, because I'm fully aware part of the reason was I just wanted to take a trade. But the other part of me was like, you need to scale down if you're going to do that. I need people like you to keep me accountable. That was the whole reason I started YouTube. So I do have Discord. I just don't have we don't have a server for this channel. Hey Eric, you took your shot. I like that as well. You know, things like that other people could miss, and there's a potential that that is a setup that can give you a lot of points. And the fact that it was such a small stop, that's why I took this back here. It's a small stop that could pay out, so why not take it? I'm not. I know I've heard ICT talk about turtle soup, and I think I've watched like one video on it, so I'm not familiar with it. Had I not taken this short that failed, I probably would have taken that long as well. But I gotta stay out. If I take a trade, I gotta stay out for a second. Eric's gonna have to answer that one, Delta. I have no clue. Yeah, we didn't make a new lower low on NASDAQ either. We've got equal lows now, which I would prefer to see those taken out before we make a run higher. Yes, they sure did. I would have liked that more if the low that was created right here, if that was an actual new low and then we did that, that would have been a good setup. And again, like this, we're taking out this swing high, but we didn't make new lower lows right here. We made equal lows. And we're just right up inside of this guy. Right at the 50%. I don't know. God damn. I don't know if I want to take that or not. Yeah, I think we go back down, take out those equal lows, but I don't know if I want to bet on it with a trade right now, but we are right at the 50 level. Body's respecting that pretty well. I really wish this was a new lower low. It's very annoying when things are forming, but they're just like not quite there for me. Not there enough to trust them. Like this displacement and back to half of that move is gorgeous. We took out this swing high, but we're not coming off of new lows. Like, why couldn't this have just been 2 points lower? Yeah, I mean, I hate, again, like I know that that was a boredom trade, but I have talked about doing that. So like I'm not disappointed, especially because I recognized that it wasn't like one of my A+ setups. So if it's not an A+ setup, I don't need to go in with my full 5 contracts. So we scaled down. I'm not sure what we're down on that, but I'm not going to look right now. We'll look later. I like that these wicks are just digging into that 50% move, but what I'm learning on from days like this are we need to take full advantage of days like yesterday where we took 2 trades yesterday. I took 1 trade in pre-market and 1 trade on the stream, but we did not hold to where we should have. And there was some good price action in the last couple days. I need to take full advantage of those days and get our money on those days, and then patience will be a lot easier on these days. Like I would love to long this, but those equal lows just, I don't trust those. It's funny because I used to think that when there was like a double bottom like that, I used to think that's a strong support. Now I see that and I think we're going to go take that out. I bet so many people saw this move and then jumped in like, oh, double bottom. It can't break through there. And then we come stab down past it a little tiny bit. Or just blow right past it. Who knows? So took out that support down there. So we just blew a bunch of other retailers' accounts probably doing that. And I still like this down here. And we're so close to it, it makes sense that we're going to go hit it. And then we have a... and we've already hit this fair value gap. If that was like untested, then it would make more sense that we'd hit it and bounce off of it, but I don't know. I don't know if I would have been able to hold if I shorted that 50% of this move anyways. But damn, that's a good like 50 points so far. Why do we pass up on those? Very nice, Delta. How many points did you get out of it? This is what I wanted to happen when we shorted this fair value gap, but we just had to go back up into this one. Hey, 10 points isn't nothing. Oh. Yeah, I'm curious to just see. Now that we've taken out liquidity down here, we'll see if we're going to keep going. We're going to turn around. So, on the 15-minute, we've got this guy. Got this one. that's an equal low back there. We're definitely going after that at some point. I don't know if we're doing it today. What's annoying is like none of these displacement moves. I guess that one, but we're not really I mean, obviously you saw we didn't respect that one at all. But this one, I would want it to come back up potentially to all those up close candles around here. We're just not doing that on some of them. This one we did come back up to that 50%, but we didn't take it because I just got out of a losing trade. But seeing those two bodies respect that, I should have just gotten in and then put my stop above those. I've taken one trade so far. It was a losing trade. We scaled down to 3 micros because I knew it wasn't the best setup. This fair value gap back here, I shorted that guy and I had my stop right above that candle, so we got stopped out. Not a big deal. We'll wait for a better setup. That's not an ideal trade for me, but I will admit the market did get to me, so I wanted to get in. The payoff would have been good. It wasn't too much risk, so it was fine. I'm fine. I'm gonna be okay. It's like you gotta take a cookie. What are you talking about? That's a shame when a setup starts to form and then you got bathroom issues. I will admit I've had to take my laptop in the bathroom before. I agree, Eric. If we don't get a strong reaction out of this, I think we can continue lower. I would also like to see a nice setup form down here. Make a low, high, make a lower low, maybe some displacement, then we can get in, at least targeting these highs back here. But if we slowly grind up this, I may want to short it. Yeah, you could have grabbed like 20 points there. Did you? 20, 30 points. Man, I don't like this today. I mean, it's the market's not doing anything abnormal. It's just you get so close to like a setup and then nothing doesn't give me anything. Sure as hell not shorting down here. Or you have to have your stop way up here, and then who knows how much further we're going. That's right, you can't force it. That's what I did a few minutes ago, and that's why we got stopped out. Taylor, I've taken one. Let me just put the executions on so people can see. There's a little bit of a impatience, but I did short this fair value gap back here, just thinking that if we do keep going, hey, I'll be in it. If not, I had a pretty tight stop, 10 points, and scale down to 3 micros when we've been trading 5. So I was fully aware it wasn't the best trade, but that's why we scaled down and had a tight stop. We made a new low by 3 ticks on that move. Went to 716, and this one was 716.75. Damn. I like that on the 32nd. don't like these on. I think my target would be at least 50% of this move. Up in the 60s maybe. Just put that up there. I have been liking these 30-second entries. How was that for? You guys here with me on this? Yeah, no one said anything for a little while. Freaking out. I mean, this has it's a valid setup. It's just a little scary longing on a day like this. I look at it, I mean, it's a, like what, 16, 17 point stop. I think it's worth it. We have all this displacement. So And I didn't mean as anybody with me in on the trade. I don't expect anybody to be taking the same trades as me or even trying to read the market the same as me. I just wasn't sure if I was sitting here by myself or not. You're just scalping, huh? Yeah, like when I go and look back at the market and stuff and read what we've done, you'll see like these moves getting that strong of a reaction off of a new lower low, granted only by like 3 ticks, but it's something, creating a fair value gap on a 30-second chart, which a lot of people are going to miss. Graham, what evals you got and how are they sitting? Yeah, the lag or the hell's the other term they use? The latency. It's weird. Very nice. You're doing good on those. So you got 900 left on one, 900 on both of them. Not a fan of that. But this is garbage in here. I was really hoping that was like the start of something. Yeah, right. If only you guys could if only you guys were chatting in like real time and we're still respecting this. Not anymore. Damn. I'm gonna take a couple off just to de-risk because I don't know. I'm trying to hold, but sucks that we've already taken a losing trade, and I'm at least de-risking. if we get back up to these highs, I'm going to move this to break even. It's close enough. Just wasn't my day, which is fine. Our main goal is to manage our risk and manage our capital, and I'm preserving my account by choosing to, take some off, choosing to scale down on that first trade. I'm just gonna leave my stop there and we'll see what this does. Just created another fair value gap though on the 30-second. But we could get hit too before it. Yeah, I mean we've been killing it lately. I'm going to have days where I just sit out or my patience gets to me. The main thing to do on those days is to make sure I don't go too crazy and start taking dumb trades and giving back too much on those days. We're going to have days where we're not 100% or where the market's just not giving us what we want, and don't force it. Oh my god, it gets so close. Okay. We tried. This is I mean, I'm also on the 30-second. That's a mess as well. I just thought maybe I found something. I was really, obviously I'm hoping for every trade to be green, but I was really hoping that this was like a gem I found that, ooh, that's an indication we're gonna just rip up. Let's see how many points of profit. We bought at 32. Market got up to 47, so like 15 points. That's about, I was risking what, 17, so if we were shooting for a 1-to-1, we could have had that. I think we're right, yeah, so we're down $107 on the day. That's nothing. I'm glad I scaled down though, and I'm glad I took some off there. I could have waited for this fair value gap to be tested a little more. And that was up to 17 points. Yeah, I mean, this very well could be the turning point, but what I'm looking for is just not, market's not willing to do it today. if I sit here, I'm gonna try to start forcing things. Yeah, I mean, I'm not worried about $100 day, and I may check out the markets this afternoon depending on what I'm doing. I don't know, but I might just be okay with today being $100 because that's a nice small red day. That's been like our smallest one so far. The smaller you can make your red days, the more money you'll make. And you know, going into today, I was kind of thinking I'm due for a red day soon because we've been doing pretty good. I mean, this was a hell of a move that we had today, so it's going to be kind of hard to try to take something out after that. And I need to stop hesitating because on this move up, we were drawing out that 50% of this and thinking, damn, that might be a good short right there, but we just came off of a loss and didn't want to jump right into something. But even shorting it, aiming for the lows would have given some 43 points, and then it kept going. But every trade is a risk of losing, and you have to be mindful of that. So that's why I took 2 off at break even there. Yeah, you're crazy. That's risky doing that, Graham. I really want to see the lows get taken out so I know I made the right decision of getting out at break even. There's no way that this is gonna hold. The hell? Oh man. And if this does go give 50 points, I definitely need to call it for the day because we were in it. But honestly, trades like this that take a long time, like I'm not interested in eating into my patience and testing myself. Appreciate it, 747. You have a good one. Thanks for sticking around. We could pop over and take a trade on these evals. I still kind of like the long, but I don't like all these lows down here. So we're on the evals group. So this account 16 and 17 are the two I'm working on. The first one is passed. I just have to take a trade tomorrow, then it's passed as long as I don't lose $6, but I'm just getting in and out. Today we spent 4 cents on commissions. But see if we can just take a couple scalps right here. Or a scalp. I think it's good to have a, you know, have an extra account like this. Like my AMP, this is my main account, my AMP account. But if I get an urge to trade, I can just come take it on here and it's not that big of a deal. She looks like she wants to go though. So we're just trading these two minis, one for each one. If this comes down a little bit, we might try. Again, I trade a little differently on these accounts. I don't have a problem like getting in and getting out for a small loss just so I don't risk them going too far in the wrong direction. We only have 1,500 to draw down, so one mini is not enough. I should be on, like, realistically, you should trade 2 or 3 micros at the max for the 25K accounts. But it's hard to not just go for minis when it's 90% off, which I think today's the last day. I almost thought about just picking up 2 more, but these 3 should pass. These other 2 I should pass soon, and I don't want to shell out all that money for the funded fees. I think it's for the lifetime fee is $150, so I'm gonna have to pay this one on Friday, and then if I pass these 2 at the same time, which we should, that's another $300 within like a week. So $450 to pay for all that. But it's very tempting to just get 2 more and make it an even 5. What is this doing? Came right up. I'm gonna short this. See if we can get a little bit. What are you saying why for? Why what? Well, I pay for the, I mean, you have to, these are the evaluation accounts through Apex, so I mean, you gotta pay for them. But when you go from when you get a funded account, you have to pay a fee. It's you can either pay $100 a month to have a funded, or you can pay a lifetime fee, and it's just a one-time upfront cost, $150 per account. And the larger the account, the more expensive it is. So $150 is for the 25K. I think it's around there. But when I passed that 150K evaluation last month, the lifetime fee was $280. Come on. I don't think this is gonna go down now. Trying to watch a 30-second on TradingView. I just want to see if we can squeeze like 10 or 12 points out of this. The 50K, I'm not sure. We'll check in 1 second. I'll look it up. The 50K for the lifetime on Tradervue is 160. Or monthly. So if you choose monthly for any of them, it's $105 a month when you're funded. Or you can pay a lifetime fee just one time. And it starts at 150 for the 250K or the 25K, and the highest one is 360. Right here. Might have to kill this. Again, I don't deal with, like, I barely deal with any drawdown on these accounts, but it seems to have been working. I appreciate that. That's a real fan right there. We're gonna try this. I'm gonna put a stop at 36. Okay, this isn't working. So we're down 350 on those two. No big deal. We're still in profit on them. This isn't gonna, eventually when we're in here, one of these moves is gonna hold, but not right now. All right, boys, I'm getting off of here. I can't risk jumping in on this on any more accounts. I'll probably see if I can pick something up on these evaluations later. I don't know. 350 is a little more than what I'd want to lose on them in one day, so maybe we'll just come back tomorrow. But yeah, appreciate you guys being here, and watching, and hanging out. We will be back tomorrow. If you guys keep trading, good luck. Eric, great reads today. That was a nice entry right there at open. I liked that. I wasn't too confident in that because I wanted to see those highs taken out one last time, but I'm glad someone took it. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.